You finished the coffee and got the.
Got cake size and
Yeah.
stuff. So my coffee, so I be eating.
Yeah, and there you go on that coffee again. All right.
All right, son. You take
All right.
care. Is that a limit to that?
To
Cause you
that.
got
What,
quite a
coffee? No, I'm
ways
just
to
messing
go.
with
Okay.
it.
Okay. Bless you.
Bless
Have a
you.
good
You have
day.
a good day. All right. You welcome.
I locked the door.
Oh, okay.
Is that light off? I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh, you talking about this light? I thought you talking about the light in my room.
No.
Oh,
I,
okay.
I saw a sign somewhere to turn the light off there.
Oh, okay. What's up, youngsters? What's up, good people, this morning? I had to help take care of my grandma today. You know, I'm lucky to still have my grandparents. My last living grandparent. All my other ones are gone. That's what I do it for, fellas. That's what I do this for. That's why I grind. So when I ask y'all, hey, that's why I do it. Y'all donations, you know what to do? It goes to pay to have that nurse in that house. To help out with my grandmother. Well, the media's giving them a pass because they've been told to. I'll elaborate more. The situation is that Disney owns the media. They distribute what happens. It's their property. And now I got to turn around and go back. Thank God. Thank God I didn't go too far. I left something very important. But see, the media and the journalists are not allowed to do what they're not allowed to do. Or you will lose your media credentials, and that could, be hazardous to your health and the business. Why you think they tiptoe around the questions now? Before, the media could give a damn about how you felt about the situation. But now, since there's no more real people buying newspapers anymore, everybody just listen to people on blogs, people who have no journalistic credibility. These guys are the news now. People are listening to them. Nobody's out there running out to get the paper. Paper sales are very small, minimum, so they've made cutbacks. So most guys had to go into early retirement and find new ways of income. So Mike B, that's why they doing it. But hold on. Oh, got my jacket. All right, let's roll. Now we can do this right. Let's do this right. Well, yeah, that's what happens in the media. That's what happens in the media. The media now, they are slaves to the athletes. They have to kiss up to the athletes. So that's why LeBron get his butt kissed. They don't ask him no tough questions at all. And you might get that one reporter who's in the room who feel like he got tenure and he could challenge LeBron. They tried to get the media credentials snatched from that guy that made LeBron lead a press conference. Y'all got to do better next time. Do better. Good morning, brother. I'm glad you made the live. I hope they gave you a notification. They probably didn't, but, you know, Sarah, Sarah. Just love grandma. She's doing well. Being in the old neighborhood. Looking at places you grew up. Everything looks small. Like you could step over it now. You're like, man, can't believe this used to be the kick it house. We used to just lay up. I'm like, I don't know how we even survived. Oh, thanks, Johnny Floyd. A lot of people missed out because they don't know what that is. Deshaun Watson, is he better than Patrick Mahomes? Yes, he's a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. Let me explain to you what Patrick Mahomes is, because I'm glad you brought that question. Patrick Mahomes, as Shannon called him, Patrick Mahomes boy, is a quarterback with a lot of intangibles, and he's like a LeBron James. He's got a lot of athletic ability. He does things that are unconventional. He has a very strong arm. So the very first year, which was last year, he had that breakout year where he just tore the league up because no one had faced him. And you know, they're like, whoa, who's this kid? Where's he coming from? That's why to judge a quarterback, you got to at least let them play for 3 years. Got a guy here. Deshaun Watson, he never tapered off. His problem was injury. He gets hit way too much. And you would think the Texans would say, hey, we got to protect Deshaun Watson. We got to get a better offensive line. Because this guy could take us to the Super Bowl. And he can. That's a guy that could lead you to the Super Bowl and got the poise enough to win it in the clutch. Patrick Mahomes is that guy that can sling the ball. He's looking for the big home run play. But if you play the right teams now, as you've seen how teams have been playing him, they haven't been letting him explode as much. He needs the weapons in order for him to be great. See, without T. Hill in there, without the right guys in there, he was struggling. He needs that one burner that could go down the field because he can get that ball there. People didn't believe he could do it at first until they start seeing this guy throw a sidearm pass for like 50 yards down the field. Deshaun Jackson, his rookie year, was averaging 4 touchdowns a game before he got injured. And he missed the first game. He didn't even play the first game. They had that other guy in there who they thought was the guy. I can't think of his name, and I've been trying to think of his name all day. I think it's Osweiler, Brock Osweiler. They got rid of Osweiler and put Savage in there, and Savage didn't last. They paid him $60 million. Oh, thanks for sticking with me. Those with me. My battery power was a little low. I had it on the charger. Still don't know how it went that low while being on the charger. No, they did not stage. You don't stage anything like that. Aero spins, being in a car accident, it's not something somebody would stage, sir. I mean, the guy win games. You know, he gives you everything you got. If that ain't the wow factor, I don't know. You know, he gives you everything you got. If that ain't the wow factor, I don't know what is. A man averaging 4 touchdowns a game. Aaron Rodgers wasn't even doing that in his height, in his heyday. It took Aaron Rodgers like 80 years to get in there and play. And every time he was getting in the game, he was getting hurt. People don't remember those games. When Brett Favre come in because he got hurt, they'll put Aaron Rodgers in there and Aaron Rodgers would get hurt. It took him all them years sitting behind Brett Favre to get himself ready to go. This guy came in year one. So for all them people telling me, oh, if Aaron Rodgers was playing his rookie year, he would have all the records. No, he wouldn't be in IR. He was not ready to be the head quarterback of the NFL at that time. He's in the right era. He was too brittle. He was too brittle. My current location, South Side. About to pass the greatest skyline in the world. There's White Sox Park for those who like the White Sox. Over here. Oops. Everybody knows about the Dan Ryan. Chi-Town, baby. Boom. That's the city, fam. That's my city. Sorry about that. Raving about my city. Even though I hate downtown. I'm just trying to get past it right now. If I get past downtown, I'm gonna be really rolling. See, here come with all this traffic jam finna come in. Because I gotta pass downtown. Things was going real good. But anyway, you got a question? Do I think Lamar Jackson can get better? Yeah, he will get better. I mean, he's winning games. You see, this is what you look at Flacco now in Denver. What is he doing? Game managing. That's all he's ever been, was a game managing quarterback, and they gave him like $100 million. The defense won the championship in Baltimore. They just told them, look, man, stop. They had Trent Dilfer in there. Trent Dilfer's on the show like he was the greatest quarterback of all times. Dude, all they do is get 3 first downs so they can kick a couple of field goals, and the defense will shut down the rest. So they was winning games 6-3, 9-0. And if you scored 1 touchdown, they'll hit the game. And you got a guy in there who's young, who's got the size of a running back and can throw the football like he can. He can only get better. The only thing he can do is get better. He can't get worse. That guy worked all summer to try to get better. So he can hit people in stride and be more accurate with his throws. How to recognize different defenses. He's still learning. This is his second year. And see, this is the problem that we have right now. We try to evaluate talent and criticize people like right away. It's like, dude, y'all, this social media thing, this I gotta have it right now phase is terrible because it's never been that way. Quarterbacks need time to develop. Patrick Mahomes can become a better passer and they can make better decisions offensively. But they got problems on the defensive side of the ball. They gave up 35 first downs. The Browns got cheated yesterday. It is what it is. They just got robbed. I'm going to tell you that right now. My nose is so huge. It's my lineage. Born from African kings and queens. They had this nose. Sniffing up all the white man's air. Yeah. Any more questions? Well, Jay didn't have a choice. The guy who did it for him, and he had cases. He thought he was gonna do it and get away with it. But actually they got Jay. And took Jay down for the whole thing. So what Jay ended up doing was paying a bunch of money and accepting probation. And now that I'm past this downtown thing, we should be rolling. Karceno the Great. What do I know about the case with Ray Lewis? All I know is Ray Lewis had a white suit that disappeared. His white suit was pink and red after that was over. Guys was gone. Ray was in the car, yeah, I ain't going down. My career ain't finna go in like this. That's all I know. I'm thinking maybe those guys shouldn't have tried Ray Lewis that night. But with liquor and alcohol, we've seen these incidents happen numerous of times. The saddest altercations that happened was in Colorado when a Denver and he had nothing to do with anything. Because his homeboy, who he was trying to calm down, who was his fellow teammate, getting into it with some guy up in the club. He wouldn't calm down. He yelling back and forth with the guy. He's trying to calm him down. So when they all leaving, that dude end up shooting up, or some people with him, shot in the car and end up hitting the homeboy who was trying to break it up. And now the person who wouldn't let it go is marred with that for the rest of his life. The rest of his life. I don't know the names of the players right now because, I'm driving. I can't see it. I'll just remember the incident like it was yesterday. That was terrifying, and for the rest of that guy's life, he basically could have deaded the whole situation and just turned around and walked away. But because he couldn't do that, here you go. No, he's just resting. That's the only update we got on Errol Spence. It's the only news we got on Errol is that he... No, I'm not sleeping with 6ix9ine's baby mom. Is it the end for Cam Newton in Carolina? I doubt it. But if they feel this is what they need to do, I think Cam do need a new change in scenery. For Cam's sake, I think he's outgrown the coach. You got a coach who ain't believed in you since the year after you came out of the Super Bowl. So if that's his case, I would have been looking to get out of there a long time ago. But Cam has been part of that community for I don't know how long. Since they had DeLome, the last quarterback they had, that anybody ever knew anything about, and he wasn't even as attached to the city as Cam was. What is wrong with DMX? He's an addict. I didn't see your question, so if you put it again, then maybe I can see it. I am driving. I'm not blocking you. Whatever question you put in there might be kind of stupid or have profanity in it, and YouTube is blocking you. So if you ask a real question, maybe it will show up. Am I going with Golden State where? Like we going to the store? Like where we going? You mean like for them to win the championship? I've already told you. I had them being the 8th seed. I got them about 7 and 8. They're going to win about 48 games this year. About 47, 48 games. Who would have won a battle between Nas and Biggie? Biggie. Easy. Nas would have known that. Nas wouldn't even gotten in that battle. He's getting ready to have an MRI. Who I think is winning the title? 2 years ago, I predicted the Lakers would win the title. I said they were going to get LeBron, and in his second year, they're going to give him a championship. Now, I don't feel that way. I see the Clippers getting that championship. Get that championship to Kawhi again. Let him hold that trophy over his head and show the world the time of the old man is done. Oh, let me answer Shannon Sharp. Since everybody want to go on Instagram and post something stupid, so Shannon Sharp posted something about Kawhi Leonard's best year, and you say is Kawhi Leonard better than LeBron James? The only thing Kawhi Leonard is better at than LeBron James is defense. Kawhi Leonard in his best year averaged 26, 5, and 3. LeBron James in his year he fell off averaged 27, 8, and 8. I ain't got to say no more, Skip. Okay, you want to do that? Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double 3 years in a row. James Harden had better numbers than that in rebounds and assists. And look what he was doing to the league. So James Harden and Russell Westbrook are better than LeBron James, according to Shannon Sharp's status. So if you want to argue numbers, you want to add stats or facts. It's about impact of the game. Anybody can get 25 points in a quarter. That don't mean they the greatest player in the league. Because they do that is when you score, how you score. You have to watch the game. It's impact on the game. His 27, 8, and 8 had no impact on the game on their win shares for wins versus losses. You add Kawhi team 1 year, they go to the NBA Finals and win the championship. They get rid of DeRozan, who was the choke artist and superstar of the team, switch him out and put Kawhi Leonard, and they win the world championship. Straight like that. He came over with one player. He brought one guy with him, Danny Green. He didn't bring 15 players, a personal training staff. He didn't bring none of that with him. He brought one guy. LeBron got to bring 16,000 players, the band, the Akron Boys and Girls Choirs Club. He had to bring all these people with him to try to validate him. We already did Watson versus Patrick Mahomes. Watson is a better quarterback. That's just all to it. He's more accurate of a passer. He don't turn over the ball as much. He has better vision, better decisions with the ball. Patrick Mahomes is a quarterback who's athletically gifted. He makes all the intangible plays. But it's when it comes down to you having to make the best football play. He hasn't quite done that past those schemes. This man said the only time LeBron had help was Miami. He just had a whole all-star team in Cleveland. This man had Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade, James Crowder. He had a whole all-star team. What are you talking about? This man had an all-star whip. This man had Rodney Hood. This man had everything. You still can't win it? Because he was the problem. I kept trying to tell you, it's like, well, you could bring Bernard King up in here. It ain't gonna make a difference because you still got the same common problem. Him. Raptors was the #1 seed who couldn't get nowhere. Okay? The last time LeBron saw Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs, it was the biggest blowout in the history of the NBA Finals. Who was on that team? LeBron James and the Miami Heat. LeBron last game as the Miami Heat. He was walking off in disgust as they just lost the NBA Finals in 5 games. Sorry, 5. By the largest margin of blowout in NBA Finals history. The Spurs won by the largest margin of every win. All 4 wins were blowouts, which mean that they had no business even being there. So LeBron screwed up his three-peat as they were dominated. They shouldn't have even won the last year, and that was Kawhi's first time there. And he was shutting down LeBron. You seen the video when LeBron on the free throw line is going to bring Kawhi back in the game? He looked back like, damn. Because he knew this guy finna lock me down because I ain't got no damn moves. And this was LeBron in his prime. So I don't want to hear he was old. He was in his prime getting shut down because he ain't got no moves. When Kobe embarrassed him and treated him like a little boy. Trust me, Kobe, y'all don't even know. It ain't even close between him and Kobe Bryant. But we gonna get into all that tonight. I'm taking care of all that. You can believe me on that. Okay. All right. Who was on the Dream Team when the Dream Team won the bronze medal? The bronze. They went there in the first dream team to ever not win the gold. Who was on that team? Kobe Bryant wasn't on that team. LeBron James is on that team. First dream team to ever not win the gold. Who was on the team? LeBron James. And y'all talking about he the best. Who the guy? Last two NBA finals that were sweeps, that were won by a sweep. LeBron has been in the final 9 times. 9. He has been swept twice. Twice. In the record books. That means if you didn't show up at all, if you said, man, I ain't even gonna play, I quit, you'd have lost 4 straight games. So the fact that you showed up, got dressed, went on the court, had no impact whatsoever, and you lost all 4 games. You were swept twice. And then 2 more of those series, you only won 1 game. So you only won 5. You only win 5 in 2 of them. That's 4 out of the 9 that you've been in. You've been swept twice. He got 6 losses in the NBA Finals. 6. 4 of them, 2 of them were sweeps, and the other 2, they went 5 games. You won 1 damn game. That's pitiful. Now, how you gonna talk about this guy as a king? He ain't played with no worse rosters in NBA history. Get the hell out of here. He got swept with the Cleveland Cavaliers just 2 years ago. When he talking about, oh, Mahomes, you think Kobe would have got swept? When Kobe lost in 5 games to the NBA, to the Detroit Pistons, he hit a game-winning shot. That was the only time they won a game in the finals. Detroit had their number. Because Shaq, they was making Shaq play, and they was picking up Shaq mid-court. They wouldn't let Shaq do whatever. They wouldn't let none of the other players beat him. They kept switching bodies on Kobe, and Kobe was forcing up shots that he shouldn't have took. Would Jay-Z be as big as he is now if Big and Pac was still alive? No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. That's a simple question. There is no KD and LeBron. KD is light years better than LeBron. LeBron wouldn't even contest that. The only thing LeBron does, they play different styles of basketball. You know, he's an ISO player like LeBron, except for LeBron is more of a facilitator. Kevin Durant is an eliminator. You call him when it's time to put the ball in the net, you get the ball to Kevin Durant. And you get the hell out of the way. Because he's going to explode. And ain't nothing they going to be able to do about it. Ain't nothing they going to be able to say about it. He's going to do what Kevin Durant does. LeBron James can be stopped. He's easy. he has no moves. He has no go-to anything except for the offensive foul, and that's about it. I'm gonna just throw you to the ground and knock you over like a bowling pin, and the refs ain't gonna call it. I swear, he do that one time with me on the court. If I get knocked down and he lowered his shoulder and going to me, he coming with me. I guarantee you that. You lower that shoulder and come with me and drive me in the chest, I'm gonna grab your arm and you coming down to the floor with me. You wanna keep that game up? I can do this 6 times. Let's go. You wanna keep playing? You gonna learn. You gonna learn one way or another. You gonna learn. I don't even need to build a case against LeBron. The whole NBA seasons that he played has built the case. Everything he's done in the league has built the case that he ain't the best. Nobody feared him. I don't know one player in the league that feared LeBron James doing anything. Anything. No player. He put no fear in anybody. When other players talk about other players, they respect one, and that's Kobe Bean Bryant. That man played Tracy McGrady one-on-one. That man has lit people up on that court. They had to bow down and respect. LeBron is yet to do any of that. He too passive. He ain't got that in him. He ain't that kind of player. That's all they people. He's not that type of player. I'll be like, well, they called you a punk, LeBron. They say you a fraud. Man, don't worry about that. I just play my game. He just plays the right way. Leave him alone. I'm like, what kind of king is this? I ain't never heard of no passive king like this. And he getting all the love. We gotta pat him on the back. Leave him alone. It's like, what? Leave him alone. We thought he was a king. Then he can't beat Golden State. Man, what we supposed to do, man? They got that 3-headed monster over there, man. What we gonna do? I was like, man, if I was on this team, I would have slapped him. I would have slapped him right after that interview. I'll be, look, man, if you don't think we can win, then stay your ass at home. I mean, you don't think we gonna win, then I'd rather be out there battling. The hell you mean? Like they can't? Did they lose a game before? Then yeah, then they could lose, chump. What you mean? What we supposed to do? I don't know what we gonna do. They got a 3-headed monster out there. I'm like, dude, you sound like a punk. Man, I'd have slapped the dog mess out of him. Well, kind of, how you gonna get your team ready for a game mindset? Of course you got swept. And in the first series, he was so damn scared of Golden State, the refs had to cheat just so they could win the one game that they won. That's how scared of Kevin Durant he was. And Kevin Durant was coming back, they were winning the game. Each time, he did the same thing in both years. Hit the 3 right on you, cool. Oh, man, everybody make their career off LeBron. Steph Curry has matched LeBron James' entire career in 5 years. It took 5 years for Klay Thompson to max your career. They got all the championship rings you got in 16, 17 years and 5 years. It took them 5 to get where you was at, Bob. Actually took them 4. They got it in 4. They didn't win the 5th one. They were going to pass you in the 5th one. Oh man, but it took them 4 years. 4. And they already done. They done matched you already. They got the same amount of rings you got. In less time. Why I'm so aggressive? I had a big breakfast. I don't know what's going on over here today. All this construction. Construction, what's your function? Putting things together to make a junction. Yeah, you're gonna have to find it because they're gonna make sure it ain't findable. So, any more questions? Who's the best player in the NBA? Well, it's Kevin Durant. Number 2 is Kawhi Leonard. Then there's James Harden. Then there's Giannis. That's 4 right there, and they all better than LeBron. We can keep going. There's about 12 to 15 players in the league that you can name that's better than LeBron James. Anthony Davis is one of them. I mean, look, we ain't even went to Steph and Clay. What would I want with a player who can't play defense? The hell I need him for? He good, but he can't play defense. Then what the hell I need him for? He gonna give you 27, 8, and 8. Is that 27, 8, and 8 gonna be in a winning effort? Well, it's gonna be in a 500 fashion. We're gonna be a 500 team, and this guy gonna average 27, 8, and 8? Okay. Well, Russell Westbrook just gave me a triple-double. So he gave me that for 3 straight games. Can LeBron average a triple-double? Russ is a point guard. LeBron, he's a scorer, so he should be able to get 10 rebounds a game. He should be able to average them 10 assists a game, right? I mean, he right there, right? Why can't he average it? 57 games, so that's why he was at 27, 8 games, 15 games in the season, and he was averaging 20-some points. They average stay there, it don't drop. Now, if you average that with the rest of his other points, LeBron would have finished at probably 24 points a game if he played the other ones, and his average would have dropped. He wouldn't have been averaging 8, he would have dropped to probably 6, and probably dropped to 7. So he'd have been probably 25, 6, and 7, which ain't bad if you look at numbers perspective. But in this league, you got Trae Young getting triple doubles. So what does that even tell you? It don't mean a damn thing no more. This ain't the old days when it was hard to do. When it was 15 guys out there battling for a rebound, it seemed like, in the paint. You have no more power forwards. People are shooting threes now. So when you shoot the 3, guess what? Nobody's there to get the rebound but your own damn teammates. Nobody even in the paint. So you're getting uncontested rebounds. When the last time LeBron has contested for a rebound and got it? When he's getting the rebound, he's the only one back there, him and his teammate. So that don't really count to me. That ain't proving nothing. That just proving anybody could have got there. My grandma could have got it if she was the only one under the rim. I'll be, grandma, grab the ball. All right, pass it over to Anthony Davis. If Biggie and Pac was alive, what artists would have been popping? I don't get it. You mean like who would have been successful at the time, or how would it would have went? It's hard to say because there's so many new artists that came up and out. You know, the game changed. The game was gonna change whether Pac and Big was alive. You see, the thing is, if Biggie was alive, he was gonna retire soon, or wouldn't have been rapping that long. He doing into something else. That was definite. Then shoot, you got all this other stuff in the way. Who would be successful? I mean, a lot of people would have been successful. It's just that the nature of the game had to change. You know, Tupac, everything was in position to change anyway. Change was coming. When Pac fell, the West Coast fell because nothing else was in position. Everything was being forced to go through death row. So once it fell, the West Coast hip hop fell, and East Coast ended up running everything. They ended up running the West. Snoop wasn't in position no more. Nobody was really dealing with the West Coast after that, especially after Big died. Then Big died too. Nobody was really feeling like doing shows. The West Coast was just getting no love. You got to remember, Biggie and Pac both died on the West Coast. So after that, who wanted to go out there and do shows? West Side Connection, they were doing a tour. They canceled the tour. After Biggie got shot and killed in LA, that was it. That stopped their whole West Side Connection movement. That was over. Once Big died, West Side Connection was over. It was the fire tent was up. They out there talking about battling the NYC and all that. Shows canceled. Nope, we're going home. Going home. Immediately. So because of that, other avenues opened up. You know, Master P used that Tupac. He was trying to rap like Pac. Is there a heaven for a gangster? A gangster? A gangster? Oh, is there a heaven for a G? Everybody, they trying to get C Murder rapping like Pac. And what's crazy is Tupac's father looked just like C Murder. He looked more like C Murder than he looked like Tupac. Back in the days, I was afraid of the police. Just another paranoid drug dealer on the streets. My ghetto hero was above the law. I seen a glimpse of a bullet that took him down like a softball. Uneducated to the game of life. I was headed to the pen, but the pen kept my mind right. A young killer from the dunes since day one. I'm a fool, I'm a ball till my time come. A G of me is like a G on the street. I'ma kill just to eat and leave my enemies on the concrete. They say it's all hard, make a bit. Nigga, stay alert, stay alive. That's the code of a thug nigga. I wanna ride and steal the things to feel. The niggas know I'm real, so my pain is what they feel. I'm a rider, true people gon' feel me. See, murder ain't gon' die until a bitch nigga kill me. He was just rhyming like Pac. He was rhyming like Pac. They rode the Pac wave. They rode it. Master P started rapping like Pac. C Murder started rhyming like Pac. All they old tapes, the Ghetto Trying to Kill Me and all that, they wasn't sounding nothing like Pac. Oh. You said Mr. Servon was garbage. Oh no, he wasn't. Mr. Servon was like slapping people. He wasn't really talking about shooting everybody all the time. He liked slapping people. That's what Sugar's a businessman. He was just trying to keep people vested in death row, and that was just a bad thing to do and a bad angle to take. Was trying to make somebody sound like Pac. So when Crooked Eye and he had another guy coming out trying to sound just like Tupac. Same thing with Puffy. When he got what's his name to try to sound like Big, he got Shine. Lil Kim had to diss Shine, and Shine was on the label. Who be in the car for weeks? A bad boy. I'm like, man, Shine didn't even rap like that. That's just showed me how low down Puff was willing to stoop. Keisha Cole probably was gonna sign with Machiavelli Records. I mean, I believe it. I mean, she been knowing Pac for years. She was messing with a drug dealer up in Oakland, and she knew Pac from him and everybody else. They had Gorilla Black. They had a bunch of people. Gorilla Black didn't really sound like Pac. I mean, Big to me. I know Biggie if I hear Biggie, because I can listen to the rhyme. If the rhyme ain't sounding like Big, I know it ain't Big. So I ain't even going there. I'll be like, voice sound like Big, but Big would never say no whack it like this. So that's my take on it. But everybody was using gimmicks to try to sell records. And look at where it got everybody. You know what I'm saying? People don't want gimmicks, they want lyrics. So in the end of the day, it's got to come down to the rhyme. That's Puff again, trying to create Pac and Biggie. Meek Mill was supposed to be Tupac, and Rick Ross was supposed to be Biggie. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, but once again, it showed you how far Puff was stooped to sell a record. Yeah, see, a lot of people don't remember that. That's why I said Meek getting money now, but still, he was owing so much, paying because he got 3 people paying off him. He got to pay Puffy and Jay. Puff and Jay got Meek Mill and Ross, so that's 3 people that you got to pay. Puff Daddy, Jay, and Rick Ross. They haven't had a song together in years. It was part of the deal. Rick Ross and Meek Mill came over to help out with Puff because Jay had him. Okay, the thing is, he signed Jeezy and Rick Ross at the same time. Puff was finna get rid of Rick Ross because 50 Cent had spent all this money destroying Rick Ross, and he wasn't gonna make no money with Rick. He was like, this dude won't even go gold. He's like, we had to spend way too much money for this guy just to go gold. We ain't making no money. So I'm done. I'm at the point where Jay was done with it. So he was looking like, you know, you want to come in and help me out on this, Puff? Puff was like, all right, I'll come in. And that's what caused the beef between 50 and Puffy again. I covered this already, but that's what reunited the beef. Before, Puff and 50 was good. They were all good again. They were all kicking it at Floyd House. Everything was everything. And this is what reunited it, because you see what Fifth was doing. Fifth was trying to get him out the game. And Puff know this. And next thing you know, Puff going to do a deal to help out Rick Ross. It's like, whoa. You know I'm trying to get rid of this dude, and you going to throw him a lifeline. That was a mistake. Then Puff had to, man, Puff got mad. You know, Puff getting that money and was like, you hater. Puff got, you a hater, and I got more money than you. Yo, hot breath self. Yeah, Jimmy doing a song with you know, Rick Ross, put him in that position. So would I smash Bailey? Who is Bailey? I need to get up in the morning and come up here to the store and just sit out here. There's some prime trim going up in here. I need to get involved. Let me get in here.